Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Monday Positivity Podcast. Today, we're talking about something that doesn't get discussed enough: self sabotage, specifically, how to heal the part of you that keeps blocking your own progress. If you've ever set goals, made a plan, felt excited, and then found yourself backing out, overthinking, avoiding the goals, or suddenly losing motivation, this episode is for you. Because that pattern, it's not random, it's not just a bad habit. There's a reason behind it. And once you understand it, you can change it. So let's get into it. Before we get into the topic, let's also understand what self sabotage really is. Because self sabotage actually happens when a part of you feels unsafe with growth. I know that might sound strange. You probably want to grow, and you'll ask me, hey, everybody wants to grow, everybody wants to succeed. Yes, but there might be an old belief or an emotional pattern inside you that thinks, if I grow, I'll be judged. If I shine, people will expect more from me. If I take risks, I might fail and people will laugh at me. If I change too much, I'll lose the people around me. And because of this thought pattern, this emotional pattern, you hesitate, you pull back. Not because you're lazy or unmotivated, but because your system is protecting itself. And that's why I say healing is important. Because this isn't about discipline alone, it's about safety. You want to feel safe first. Now, let's also look at some common signs of self sabotage, how it shows up in your life. The number one sign of self sabotage is procrastination. You delay things you actually cared about, not because you don't want them, but because doing them makes you feel anxious. So you tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, but that tomorrow keeps moving. Another sign is overthinking. You make a plan and then question it. Maybe sometimes you question it with 10 more questions. You overanalyze even every move. Instead of taking action, you create a loop in your head. You call it being careful, but really it's fear of making the wrong choice, fear of being failed, fear of people laughing at you because of that failure. Another sign is starting and stopping. So maybe you start, you go all in for a few days, maybe even weeks, and then suddenly you crash. No energy, no drive. You ghost your own goals. It's a cycle you've been before. It's a cycle you've been in before, and it feels exhausting. And another reason could be shrinking yourself. Again, you make progress, then you downplay it. You avoid talking about your wins. You don't want people to look at you. You don't want to shine. You just want to shrink yourself. You don't let people see the confident version of you because somewhere inside you, success feels unfamiliar, maybe even uncomfortable. And suddenly, you're too busy, something always comes up. So you are too busy with your project and then something comes up. It's called creating distractions. There's drama, there's burnout, there's another new crisis. Deep down, it's easier to deal with problems than sit with the discomfort of growth. And if any of this sounds familiar, don't judge yourself. Please don't judge yourself. This is just a signal. It means there's a part of you that needs attention. That's all. And now let's understand where it comes from. Where does this self sabotage come from? Most of our self sabotaging behavior is rooted in early experiences. Maybe you grew up with people who didn't celebrate your wins. Maybe you learned to stay small to avoid conflict. Maybe the last time you tried to change, it didn't go well. Maybe the last time you started that new project, it failed. And your brain remembers that. These beliefs get stored. And even as adults, we act from them. Even if you are growing, you are acting from them. Not because you want to, but because your brain wants to protect you from perceived danger. And please focus here. The key word here is perceived. I'm not saying the actual danger, I'm saying the perceived danger. Because success is not dangerous, confidence is not dangerous. But if you haven't felt safe with confidence, with success, with these things before, your nervous system might say otherwise, right? Okay, now let's see what we can do about it. That's the big question, right? How do you heal this? Step number one is to always notice your patterns. Get honest about it. When do you pull back? What tends to trigger it? Don't overthink, just observe your pattern, name the pattern. It's the first step to change it. Step number two, talk to the part of you that's scared. And this might sound odd, but try it. When you're procrastinating or feeling stuck, pause and ask yourself, what am I afraid will happen if I follow through? That question can uncover a lot. And once you know what that part fears, you can respond with reassurance. Step number three, make small, consistent moves. Big goals can feel overwhelming, so break them down. Focus on one small action a day. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to stay in motion. Show your system that growth doesn't equal danger. Let it learn that change can feel safe. Which system am I talking about here? Your brain system. Step number four, stay in integrity with yourself. See, trust builds when you do what you say you will do, even in small ways. Don't make huge promises to yourself. Just keep the ones you make, even if they are small. That's how you stop sabotaging from within, by becoming someone you can trust. First, you have to trust yourself. And last step, don't wait to feel confident. Don't wait for the perfect time. Confidence comes from action. It doesn't come before action, it comes after action. So don't sit around waiting to feel ready. You never will be ready. Do it while you're nervous. Do it while you're unsure. Do it while you're not confident. That's how you break the pattern. Okay? Finally, self sabotage isn't proof that you're broken, it's a proof that there's something inside you that needs safety, support, and healing. You can still want growth and feel scared at the same time. You can still mess up and keep going. And you can definitely learn to stop sabotaging the very progress you've been asking for. So here's your challenge, pick one goal you've been avoiding and take one small step toward it. Just one. Not a perfect step, not a giant leap, just a clear, simple action. And when the fear shows up, talk to it, acknowledge it, but don't obey it. That's how the healing begins. Thank you for listening today. If this episode helped you, share it with someone who might need it too. And make sure to follow for more real conversations like this one. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, take care, keep smiling.